Hey guys, so this is gonna be my post-BANLIST Beelzemon deck profile. Um, this is I've had pretty good success with it at locals, and I would like to share how I think Beelzemon should be played post-BANLIST. So, starting with the eggs, obviously we have the Yamon. Um, Beelzemon BT12 wants to build stacks out of raising and swing with your Balmons or swing with your Beelzemons instead of like a rookie rush and spam BT2 Impmon. This is just better for the job. So starting with the Digimons, we have 4 Impmons from BT2. So the reason with the ban list, EX2 Hitmon's now at 1, and now we have to supplement the milling. So this is how we're going to do it. We're going to pray that we hit an EX2 Beelzemon, bring it back, and this is like your play starter. Next we have 4 Imp X's. So these help you. These are your resource recursion. And like I said earlier, we want to build the stack in raising, and this Imp X has probably the best inheritable in the deck with letting you mill 2. So when you build the Imp X, Wizard X into a Balmon, you're effectively milling 9 cards in one go, which is really good for trying to speed up your win condition. Next we play 2 starter deck Impmons. This is the worst one to open. And typically you only need 2 so that your chance of seeing it in the game is higher, because if one's a security, then at least if you mill enough you'll see it, right? And you can grab it back with Rival's Barrage. Next we play 1, I believe this is the BT6 Impmon. This is like a toolbox Impmon. This is completely optional. If you don't like it, you don't need to play it, but I prefer to have this toolbox Impmon to kind of fetch you back any kind of Beelzemon that you may need, because there are times when your opponent may not want to kill your Balmon to let you grab back a Beelzemon, so they'll leave it up, and then if you can, play this, grab back a Beelzemon, digi into the Beelzemon, then you can get to, off to the races. The 1 EX2 Hitmon, it is limited. I wish, we could play it at 4 again, but unfortunately the deck is too degenerate, so at 1. So that's the rookies. One side note is that if you open multiple rookies, multiple rookies including a BT2 Hitmon, for example, you open like these 2. If you're new to Beelzemon, this is important. If you're not new to Beelzemon, you don't need to keep note of this. But if you open these 2, you want to Digivolve into this and play this for full cost. This is the best one to play. Because it means that you can keep this in raising and you get to mill 3, as opposed to wasting your Yamon on dying with an Impmon. So that's just something to take note of. Next for the champions, I'm playing 2 Witchmon. Find that because the deck has slowed down significantly with the limitations of 1 EX2 Impmon, you need ways to kind of expedite your win condition. And sometimes, you open a Witchmon and you don't open your BT2 Hitmon. Maybe you open the structure deck Hitmon, then you bring this out of raising, go into Witchmon, mill 3, and maybe you hit something, maybe you don't. But it's just one way to expedite your win condition, and it's just really helpful. Next, we're playing 4 Wizardmons. This is self-explanatory. It's your memory card. It's your cheat card, right? And the inheritable is somewhat useful. Then we play 4 Wizard X's. It's your mill 2. It's whether on Digivolve or inheritable. It's a great card, and it gives you the flexibility of being a blocker, though that doesn't really come up. But it's nice nonetheless. Next we play 4 structure deck Balmons. This one should also be self-explanatory. Mill 3. And on deletion, if you have 10 or more in charge, play Beelzemon. Inheritable gives your Beelzemons a bit more firepower because your Beelzemons aren't really big. I think like the biggest Beelzemon, so your structure deck Beelzemon is like 12k, and you're gonna die to like most other megas in the game, so the plus 2k is really useful. Just pretty self-explanatory. Next we have 2 BT10 Balmons. This Balmon is the best one to keep in to bring out of raising. So if, for example, you're scared that if you brought your champion out of raising too early, you can keep it in there, go into BT10 Balmon, and then on your next turn, because it's when attacking mill 3, you can go potentially your Yamon mill 2, your Imp X mill 2, your Wizard X mill 2, and then mill 3. So if you count that up, that's like 2, 4, 6, 9 cards mill. So that's really good to be a more defensive kind of play, which the flexibility of that is great. Also, the on deletion play Beelzemon is permanent. It's not until the end of your opponent's turn. Next we'll go into the top end. Naturally, we're playing 4 EX2 Beelzemons. With the ban list, I think this is mandatory now. You really don't have a choice, I think. It lets you play back your BT2 Imons, it lets you play back your BT6 Imon, your Structure Deck Imon, and all your Imons, right? And you really want to see this. Yeah, you're going to play a lot of Megas in this list. It is kind of bricky, but Beelzemon has basically always bricked on itself, so no surprises there, to be honest. Next, we're playing the 2 Structure Decks, 2 Structure Deck Beels. You play 2, I play 2, because I want to guarantee that I see at least 1 if I mill 20 cards. If one's in security, just mill more, dude. Like, seriously. Next, you have your 2 Beels X's. Again, same logic as Structure Deck, and same with the Blast modes. You just want to guarantee that you see at least 1, in case one of them ends up in security, because you have we're going to be playing 4 Rivals Barrage, and you're going to want to grab them to end the game. Option cards, obviously, for Deathslinger, this should be self-explanatory. This is like Wizardmon, your memory cheat card, and it's your very, very cheap removal. 4 memory to just delete up to potentially level 6, level 7 even, which is broken. We're playing 4 Rivals Barrage. Before the ban list, you could maybe get away with less, but now I think it's just you have to play 4. You have to see, because you have to be able to get your combo pieces, because your EX2 Immons you're unlikely to mill as much as before, because on the high roll now, you're less likely to hit 30 cards by turn 3, turn 4. Now you're more likely to hit 20 to 30, and you want to see at least 1 to make sure that you have lethal set up. We play the 1/7 full cluster. You can cut this, I think. I play this because it's your way to out low-level blockers that may stop you from going for game. Next we play 3 Iron Mako. So Iron Mako, I think 4 is too much, because Beelzemon doesn't draw a lot of cards, and if you keep using Iron Mako's effect to gain memory, rig your top card, you do this twice, you're going -2 in hand, and you're already kind of, if the rest of your draws are not good, or you don't have enough Rivals Barrages set up, you're cooked. So I'm playing 3 because higher chance than 2 to be seen in security, and it's also you're not as likely to open multiple or draw multiple because the deck mills a lot. You're gonna see 1, especially with the Rivals Barrage. You can just add it back. Yeah, so that's the deck profile. So some key things to note is that the playstyle has kind of changed to be a more conservative approach. You can't just be too bold into your mills, because of, you know, Itmon, EX2 Itmon's at 1. So, you know, with this at 1, you have to build a stack in raising more often than before. Usually you could kind of be bold and go, you know, Digimon an Itmon, play an Itmon, and then bring it out of raising next turn, go into a Wizard X. But now you really need to like decide when and where to bring your card out of raising, because you're not gonna hit 2 of them in 1 mill anymore. It's literally not possible. So it is what it is. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. I'm gonna be doing a Alliance deck profile soon, I think. So yeah, see you on the next one.